Chuck Westover has led a life of public service and helping others, highlighted by his illustrious teaching career. He graduated from Rittner High School in 1964 and began teaching science in 1968. His passion and boundless energy in the classroom enabled him to instill a love of science in generations of students. Westover received many awards and accolades recognizing his excellence in teaching, including the prestigious National Presidential Award for Excellence in Science Teaching, the Radio Shack National Teacher Award, the Outstanding Science Teacher Award from the Academy of Science of St. Louis, and the Outstanding Achievement Award in the Ferguson-Florissant School District on 4 occasions. In addition to his teaching honors, he also received the United States Army Commendation Medal for Exceptional Meritorious Service in 1972. Outside of the classroom, he participated in various research projects for Monsanto, Washington University, the University of Missouri St. Louis, and others. He promoted science education locally, regionally, and nationally by presenting and participating in many conventions. Chuck Westover and his wife adopted 3 children and welcomed a total of 12 exchange students from all across the world into their home over the years. He has also volunteered hundreds of hours as a Boy Scout leader, accompanying students on outdoor adventures ranging from camping and canoeing to spelunking and rock climbing. In retirement, he continues to educate children as a tutor and as a volunteer at the St. Louis Zoo. Glenn Chuck Westover has touched the lives of countless students, and Rittner is proud to bring him home to his alma mater to recognize his accomplishments and welcome him into the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame recipient, Chuck Westover.
First of all, I'm very proud to have been selected for this honor. I never imagined 50 years ago that I would be here. This happens to be the 50th anniversary of my graduation, and my class of 64 is holding their reunion this weekend. So this is just the beginning of a great weekend. It's for someone like the committee to show such great appreciation for my life's work is very gratifying. As a teacher, you don't have a lot of the kinds of achievements that other people do. You don't have an invention to show anyone. You don't necessarily have an increase in market share or share value or whatever. You don't have a win-loss record. What you have is thousands of kids rushing past you in 55-minute segments for 32 years. And sometimes you hear about some of the students, and most of the time you don't. I can't say enough about what a great job teaching is. From my perspective and from everyone I know who's been a teacher, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of really hard work. And it's very gratifying to receive an honor like this for being a teacher. Then again, it's a school, so it's even better. With me tonight is my wife and my daughters, all 3 of whom have put up with a lot over the years. I remember my first teaching contract for $6,300 says that you need to put in time, this was in the contract, you need to put in time after school to get everything done. And for my kids, I disappeared after dinner and they wouldn't see me until the next day. It was a lot of work every night for as long as I can remember. My wife wife had to put up with that too. At least once a month it was trips with the outdoor club, caving, hiking, canoeing, whatever else. So they've really done a lot. They've put in a lot with me in my career. My daughters, I'm happy to say, are both teachers now in the Parkway School District. I'm very proud of them. Also with me tonight is my good friend Tom Wills. He nominated me. I didn't have to pay him too much. He nominated me, and he's also a Ritter graduate. He's also from the class of '64. And he and I have been friends since we were 8 years old. And he's now my favorite fishing partner. And I think I've promised him my next 10 fish for the honor that he's bestowed on me tonight. Also here is Dr. Charles Granger. He's a professor at UMSL, and he has been a great inspiration to me over the years, and I'm very grateful that he came here tonight. Let's see. I looked over the list of honorees for the Hall of Fame, and I was kind of surprised. Bob Sheffing in the class of 30, he was like a fifth cousin or something like that. I didn't know he was in there. I only met him one time in my life. He gave me a great big baseball bat. It was as big as a piece of lumber. He was a professional. There's, let's see, Lyle Fisher, class of 44. He was also a presidential awardee. So in teaching, it's a fairly big deal. And for two presidential awardees to come from one school, I think is pretty surprising. So James Fisher, class of 44. George Chapman, class of 43, was my Sunday school teacher, and he was also my principal. And I'll never forget the time he had me in his office with a group of other boys saying, "You were in my Sunday school class. You weren't supposed to be doing this. Didn't I teach you better than that?" He did, but I didn't necessarily learn everything I was supposed to. The Grubbs family, Ron Grubbs was, of course, I don't know if he was the youngest one, but he was in the class of '64 with me. The Hurt family, who could ever forget those French fries with the rock salt on them over at the Handy House every day, listening to Rockin' Robin. What a deal. And then, just in my class, the class of '64, Dave Maltman, Jim Nicholson, who I worked with at McClure North High School, he was our playwright in residence for a year. It was really fun for Jim to be there. Dr. Les Miller, he and I were good friends in school. Mike Keefe, he has done some political cartoons. Ron Davis, also a good friend over the years. And Sally Calkin, who I can't say that I know. I retired from teaching several years ago, and then went and, I read a lot of books, all the books I ever wanted to read. I started reading those, and then started riding my motorcycle. And I got a motorcycle and started riding it, and have been riding it in 49 of the 50 states. So that's been a real thrill, and the one picture on there was me on top of Mount Evans, which is the highest paved road in the United States. What a thrill that was. Now, though, I've gotten back into teaching a little bit. I'm a docent at the St. Louis Zoo. I saw a little ad in the paper and said they were looking for docents, and I thought, that's interesting. What's a docent? I looked it up and said, it's a teacher, and I thought, wow, that's perfect for me. And so you can find me at the St. Louis Zoo on Thursday mornings. I'm the Thursday morning shift at the zoo, and I wanted to tell Dr. Kilbride that if Sadie would like to know a little bit more about armadillos, I do a really good interpretation with the Missouri Mammals Cart, and armadillos are one of my favorites. Anyway, thanks again for this great honor, and I hope I'll be able to continue to do the school district proud. Thank you.
Okay, that's word of the day, docent. Love that. Congratulations, 2014 Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Chuck Westover. Presenting the portrait for Chuck is a 1964 classmate, Mr. Tom Wills. Tom, could you come up and help us out?